Welcome, this is Dave Gardner from MagneticSponsors.com, and I am going through the 15K formula from the Empower Network. I am an all-in member of the Empower Network, have been since, I believe, about April 2013, and I have continued to take progress as time goes on, and I'm going through it again and basically revamping and restarting, and I want to share some of the key insights that I found in each of these trainings as far as this video series goes, and audio series goes. I'll have some videos along the way. I'll have some text as well. So make sure you keep in touch with my blogs, either at DaveGardner.com, or you can hit up my Empower Network blog at DaveGardner.co. Again, that's DaveGardner.co, not .com, but .co. So lesson 1 in the 15K formula was called Clarity for Success, having clear intentions for income. And I'm going to go through some of my notes here and share with you some of the big things that I took away from this. So one of the first things, and kind of follows through the whole way, is basically taking action before you know what you're doing. Those that act see results, and those that take the right action see the best results. You don't want to go through the whole course, or any course for that matter, for whatever you're doing, before you write your first blog post or take your first action. So as soon as you have that first module or first lesson or first video or first PDF done, go out and take action. Share what you learn. I've always lived on the philosophy of TARL, T-A-R-L, which basically comes to the idea of take action, revise later. So the question is, what do I really want, or what do you really want? You need to define what you really want in clear terms. So for example, in 90 days or less, I'm going to be making $20,000 per month, only working 2 to 4 hours a day. So you have to act on your outcome, though, before you know how to do it. People who fail want to always figure it out, and they don't take action. They want to make sure that they learn it all before they actually get going. So they don't want to get on their knees. They don't want to get bloody. They don't want to get dirty. They don't actually take action, so they're not going to see success. Those that have successes, of course, take action on what was taught to them. They go above and beyond, and they learn from their mistakes, and they correct where needed. Again, that's the whole idea of the TARL philosophy: take action, revise later. Setting outcomes and goals that are clear and will allow you to act upon it. So for example, in this idea, set a date, maybe 90 days from now, with a certain amount, and go through some of these processes. For example, why do you want that goal? Okay, what will it get you to be at this level? Will it get you freedom from the job? Will it get you freedom from your bills? Will it give you a new car for yourself and your spouse? You're going to be able to put aside money for the kids. Are you going to be able to invest in other businesses that you have outside of marketing? I'm extremely about the lacrosse niche. I coach lacrosse. I've published a book in lacrosse. I have lacrosse websites. I sell lacrosse products. My goal is to put more effort into that as well. And what evidence is there going to be to show that you've accomplished that goal? Again, have that vision. See it, write it out, have it clear. Okay, are you getting daily notifications from your company that you're getting sales and getting leads? Are you not working from the job anymore and actually working from home? Are you going out and being able to experience lunch with your friends and family during the day, or take your kids to school? What are you physically seeing that will able to show that evidence? And what will you reward yourself with? It's important to always give yourself rewards every time you hit a levels and achieve those goals that you've had in your vision. So, for example, I'm going to take my wife on a 1-week vacation, to some Caribbean island away from the kids. We've never really had a real and true honeymoon away. We've gone, 1 or 2 nights. That's going to be my goal, a full week away when we get there. But maybe also with the kids as well. Maybe do a 5-day and 5-day, 5 days with the kids, 5 days without the kids. But have that vision. Celebrate your goals when you hit it, every time you hit a goal. That way you keep things interesting. Also, what's the environment going to be like when you reach your goal? Okay, what are you seeing? What are you feeling? Okay, how is it going to be encompassing you in that time? So, are you seeing direct deposits pay off, bills? Are you seeing yourself going into the bank and writing off that check and paying off your mortgages, or paying off the car, or buying that car with cash? Okay, you need to believe in the results before they happen. And successful people have faith in their vision. People who don't are not going to be successful. They just think that everything's a scam and a scheme, and they're going to continue with that mindset. You have to have the right mindset and the successful mindset. Have the rich mindset. T. Harv Eker wrote a book, I forget the title, Success, I forget what it is off the top of my head, but he goes through this series of comparisons of successful people and our rich people and poor people, and rich mindset and poor mindset, and it's great. So I highly suggest looking that up. Again, I apologize while I'm doing this, I can't think of the title off the top of my head. I think it's Secrets of a Successful Mind, I believe it might be what it is, excuse me. So you want to write out a clear and present tense description. Describe on a first person present tense and use as many senses as evidence as possible. Because again, you have to get deep and envision. So for example, the one that I wrote as, I, David Gardner, am looking at my affiliate member area for my various accounts online and see commissions totaling up to $20,000 for the month of March 2015. The sun is just getting ready to come out after breaking through the clouds as I hear the dogs barking at the postal delivery truck coming down the road. I'm here because I no longer work at my job, though I'm getting ready to head to lacrosse practice where I will continue coaching as I'm passionate about the game. After practice, I check my messages again and see my inbox has been flooded with more messages on signups and sales. So again, you have to dive deep and get in and really feel what's going to happen. You have to have that vision and set some concrete goals. So keep setting bigger and bigger and clearer goals as it becomes almost impossible to not suffer what's called as burnout. If you don't set any goals, you're just kind of going to become lackadaisical, and we've all followed into that trap. I've done it myself. Okay, I'm just as guilty as the next guy, where I just kind of go through the motions and then I don't do anything. I surf the internet, or I surf Facebook, and I'm doing this and doing that and checking my email, and I'm just wasting time and not actually doing what needs to be done. Okay, you have to be able to see it in your mind in order for it to really take place. Now, it's not going to just automatically happen. You just can't sit there and think for 90 days and 3 months. You physically have to take action. You have to do some work. So, if you don't see and visualize your goal, like happening right away, if you instead see it happening in the far future, the future is always going to be the future. So give it a concrete date. For example, again, say April 1st, 2015, instead of just saying next month, because next month will always become next month, next year always becomes next year. Don't say you're going to do it in the future. Get out, take action, do it today. Okay, the other thing you have to go through, one of the other big points that I learned here was the idea of removing some of your illusions. People always think that they have to have a big team. People think they always have to recruit a super affiliate. They have to think that their team has to duplicate. It doesn't matter what their team does. It all 100% all depends on what you physically do. Okay, it's all about your outcomes. What is your daily output, and maybe what is your daily production? What's your daily income going to be? How can you figure that out? If you have a goal, for example, my goal is 20,000, I can take that and I kind of multiplied it by 12 to get it for a year, 240,000 a year as a starting value. And I just divided it by 365 days. So I know I got to make about $657 a day. Then I can go and break down, okay, how many people do I need to, sponsor and reach out to and bring in either to the Empower Network or to any other program that I may be promoting or that you may be promoting and working, or how many customers do you have to bring into your store if you're running a brick and mortar store. Okay, you have to be able to understand and go through that process. So you want to understand that if you start following those analytics, you can be very predictable. If you know you bring in, X amount of people, how many sales do I want? Then how many leads do I need to get? If there's how many leads do I need to get, how much traffic do I have to bring in? Which means then therefore how much do I have to pay on advertising? You can all start to calculate this and can break this down as you go through. And what eventually happens is you share that information with people. If you share that information with your team starts to replicate it as well. They will start to mimic you when they start to see the results that you're bringing in. So the key thing again is taking action. You cannot sit still. You can't expect it to happen for you. You got to start taking action. If you're in the Empower Network or if you're in another program, write a blog post. Take action daily. And it doesn't matter what you write about anything, because people want to know you're human. They want to talk about real things. The other day in the newspaper, there was an article about the cost of pennies, where 1 penny really costs more than a penny. A nickel costs about anywhere from 8 to 11 cents. Absolutely heinous and ridiculous that we're wasting money and resources to do that. So I'm going to be putting a blog post on that, but I'm also going to be putting a blog post in on marketing techniques and skills and strategies, like I'm doing a report right here and review right here. So when you do start to make some commissions, the important thing is maybe set aside not only some investments in yourself, but also in your business. Maybe 20% is a good to put back into advertising. Be willing to take the risk to try things out. See what works, see what doesn't. And then you can pinpoint and scale up those leads and those traffic sources that actually start to bring you better results. One of the other suggestions, which I'm going to start doing, is doing things live. Get in touch and engage with your team members and train them on things. Train them on the mindset. Train them on how to use the blog, or train them how to do research, to look up keywords. Train them on how to find advertising. You can train them on anything and whatever your niche is. And then what happens again at the end, you can always use a call to action. Always have a call to action in your blog post, which can then allow people to have that opportunity to come in, to follow, maybe to become a lead, maybe then to even take a step, maybe take a trial, or to actually get in with you and follow the system. So always increase your engagement, or it will increase your engagement, when you start taking more action. You become more vocal, more visible. It's going to become more comfortable with you. And you will become a better speaker. Before you know it, maybe you'll be one of the speakers on stage at some live events. The other key thing that I've been doing as well, and I do it when I help my wife out vacuuming the house, if I clean, I paint sometimes in the summer, so when I paint houses, interiors, and things like that, I always have audio on. When I'm driving back and forth to work currently, I always have an audio on that's going to be motivational or educational, something dealing with business, mindset, success, how to do it, things that will teach me to become a better person and also a better business person as well. So always have those audios out. I'm not saying don't enjoy the radio now and again, don't enjoy TV now and again, but you should be changing how you do things. Read a book, so many minutes a day, and then take that information and put it into a blog post. Listen to the audio, take some of that information, put it into a blog post, or share one of the favorite quotes you saw from that book or that audio and put it on Facebook and get it into an engagement idea. Maybe do a search on search.twitter.com and type in an author's name and see who are actually engaging on that and start putting it in there as well. So that is my take on lesson 1, having some clarity and actually getting out there, having a definite purpose and taking action on what you're going to do to make your business successful. You have to take action. You can always revise later, but if you don't start, it's never going to happen. One of the phrases that I've kind of picked up from other hearings, it might be through Empower Network or other places through other books I've read, but the idea of imperfect action will always beat out perfect inaction. You have to get out there. You have to take action right now, and you will start to see results. I hope you've enjoyed this overview of the Lesson 1 in the 15K formula from Empower Network. Have any questions, comments, concerns, or thoughts, hit me up in an email at DaveGardner@MagneticSponsors.com. Feel free to send me a text message at 315-559-2784. I would love to connect with you at Facebook.com/Gardner5. Or you can just do a search for Dave Gardner Marketing, and chances are you might find me, okay? Thank you for listening. Questions, comments, concerns. If you're looking for a program, feel free to show up at thedavidgardner.com/affiliate team. Take care.